Namaskar. This is me, Neha Goyal from Neha Goyal Dream Reading, your tarot reader, numerologist, DNA astrologer, and empowerment coach. Today, in this video, I'm going to speak about an ancient story which is also related to one of the nakshatras on manifestation. Now, what, as far as the Indian ancient scripture is concerned, who is considered to be a manifester or a creator? Brahma is considered to be the creator of all that we know of. As per the ancient story, Brahma came from the Nabhi of Sri Vishnu. As the story goes that he was dreaming, he was lying down, and he had a desire of an experience. Yes, we all came from a desire. Now, from that desire of an experience, through his navel came out a lotus stem. And who was sitting at the end of the lotus? It was none other than our creator, Sri Brahma. Now, Brahma, as soon as he was so-called incepted or manifested, our primordial creator, did not know why is he here, who is he, what is he here for, where is he. In fact, he had an identity crisis, as per our scriptures. And he didn't even know that where has he come from. This, in fact, is a theme of a lot of people who are associated with the Moola Nakshatra, which is one of the 27 nakshatras. Or for those people who are going through an identity crisis, which means that they either have a negative karmic registry with the planet, with the Graha Sun, Surya Dev, or that generally they have a deflated or an inflated ego. Now, while Brahma was actually clueless about where he has come from, who is he, why is he, or what is he supposed to do, in terms of searching for whatever or wherever he is, he started to follow the lotus stem. That's the only thing he could, after all, see. And he went down and down following the lotus stem. He kept going down. Eons passed, trillions of years passed, millions of years passed. But he couldn't find the source of that lotus stem. He thought, maybe I'm going into a wrong direction. Maybe I should be going up. So he went up, sees the lotus, and then goes further up. He keeps doing that for millions and trillions and billions of years. But he couldn't find an end. So hatash, he comes back and sits on the lotus. He's like, what am I supposed to do now? I don't even know why I was created. I don't even know why am I here or who am I? What am I supposed to do? And that's when the cosmos interacted with him through Mansa, which means through the mind. And I think one of the renditions also says that Shiva appeared in front of him and he told Brahma that meditate on Lord Vishnu. Sit in your center, meditate on Lord Vishnu, and everything will come to you. So that's what he does. He sits on his lotus and he starts meditating on Sri Vishnu. And he spends years doing that. But finally, he was able to find the reason of why he was born. And that's when Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him and told him that you are here to create the universe. So start creating. And then the story goes on that how he comes up with the Sanat Kumaras. Sanat Kumaras refused to copulate, and because of which creation cannot go forward. And the Rudras came, and then that story comes ahead. If you want, you can Google it. But the idea today was to give the story of manifestation. So if you all or anybody is facing troubles in manifesting, meditate on Lord Vishnu. Who is Lord Vishnu? Lord Vishnu is the primordial consciousness which is everywhere. Even Bhagavad Gita says that मैं ये हूँ, मैं वो हूँ, मैं सब कुछ हूँ, मैं सब चीजों के अंदर हूँ. So the first rule of manifestation is to drop judgment. So when we feel that it is okay for us to judge a particular thing, maybe a place which stinks, maybe a person who we have a difficult contract with, what do we do as a human being? We start judging that person. But the primordial consciousness is working through, or the Lord Vishnu is working through everybody and everything. So drop that judgment. Why? Because there is a hidden, pattern because of which the person is the way he or she is, and that person has a soul contract with you. So experience it, stop judging it. Second, No matter wherever you go up, you go down, you go left, you go right. These are for those situations when you are just not able to find answers. What to do then? Stay still and meditate and come to your center. In fact, I made a reel on it yesterday. What is it that we do? Why is it that our manifestations, they go clouded? That's because we try and put those emotions into it, which maybe are coming from our past experience. They do not work. Or we fear about the future. Then the manifestation doesn't happen. We have to drop the past and the future while we are manifesting, or our experiences while we are manifesting. We have to come to our center, sit in silence. That is why in my consultations, a lot of time, I also recommend Maun Vrat to people, and in a particular hora, depending upon, which means a particular hour of the day, depending upon who has a negative karmic registry with which planet. So come into your center, meditate, keep that Maun Vrat, begin with that, especially for people who have a roving mind, who have a mind which just doesn't settle. Doing a Maun Vrat in a particular at a particular hour of a day, on a particular day, depending upon your negative karmic registry with the planet, is very, very beneficial. So come to the center and meditate on Sri Vishnu. How you can do that? You can listen to Vishnu Sahasranamam. You can listen to anything which is related to Sri Vishnu, basically. Okay? And I'm saying that from a spiritual point of view because of the energy that I'm wanting or I'm suggesting you to get in touch with, which is the primordial energy and which is what Brahma did. If you are somebody, if you find in your chart that you are a Mula Nakshatra, this is going to be very, very beneficial for you. Okay, third thing which we get out of this story is that to drop the ego, right? What is the ego? I do not mean ego is ahankar, yes, but it's not just being angry about things. It's also about sticking to who you think that you are. For a lot of us, we have been brought up not thinking too well about ourselves. We haven't been encouraged or told that, yes, you can do it. So the identity that we associate with is, I don't deserve it. I will never be able to do it. I want it, but I don't think so I can get that. So drop that ego. Okay? And once you've dropped that ego is when you become clear, you become a clear canvas or a clear slate. Then you can write on it what you want, what you are, what you want to manifest in your life. These are the 3 quick tips that I wanted to give out to you. As far as dropping of the ego is concerned, I made a post on it as well. In case you want support in getting initiated into that process, you can book the 45-minute session with me where we will work on you dropping that ego, dropping those labels and reinstating yourself. I'm offering discounts on all my consultations, be it DNA astrology, which is what will help you in finding out that you have a negative karmic registry with which planet and what do you need to do about it, or the tarot reading or numerology readings, as well as soul desire reading, plus this 30 and 45-minute session that I'm offering. You can also book a 6 weeks elaborate program on transformation. That is, if you're truly committed to yourself, there is a screening for it. I'm not accepting everybody into this particular program. Great. So that's the information that I wanted to give to you all. If you're watching me on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you and I never miss out on getting connected with each other where I want to give out this information. Please leave your comments and your recognition and your acknowledgement in the comments as well. In case you have any questions, please feel free to put that in the comments too. I will stay connected with you. Namaskar. Radhe Radhe.